Hello. How are y'all doing today? I was here last night. Oh, first things first. 1 second. I was told how much time I have. There, that will vibrate in my boobs. Okay, so last night I was here and I had what I call I was just Jason. I was just sitting here and I didn't have my armor on. And I literally had the biggest anxiety attack I have had in years, sitting right there going, because I was listening to these amazing stories of these phenomenal people, and I dress in women's clothing. And then I had some amazing friends tell me different. So I just wanted to do a little thank you and a shout out to those wonderful people. They're not here, I don't care. So, drag. D-R-A-G. It was actually an acronym for dressed as girl in Shakespearean times because women were not allowed actually on a theater stage. So men were created into women to play these roles in Shakespeare's plays. They became extremely popular. They became celebrities. They were titled royalty, hence drag queen. I have done a lot of research on the history of drag within North America, within Europe, within the entire realm of the world. It is in every single corner that you can imagine within our earth. It has become a huge aspect of my life. I'm gender fluid. I can be a boy, I can be a girl, I can be non-binary. And I understand this fact for myself, to understand who I am. I want to give you a little quick history about drag as we go along. First things first, up until the 90s, the gay community was actually, we were considered a mental health disorder within our own country. Our own government tried to swipe us out of our own communities. Back in the 50s, we were actually put into mental institutions because of who we loved. If you were caught by the police in full drag at bars or in dances or at tea socials, your face was washed in a mop bucket to remove your makeup, a dirty water mop bucket. And then you were pulled into prison. Some people in New York were actually put on Rikers Island because of how they dressed. You were noted that if you weren't wearing 3 pieces of your gender's clothing, you could be arrested for being in drag. We've come a long way in a very, very short period of time. Now, we were a subculture within a subculture of the LGBTI community. We are now becoming more and more mainstream. My aspect of this, I have helped a lot of folks in our community figure out who they are and figure out that it's okay to be where we are within our community. A lot of the time we were used, and I do mean it, we were used to help raise funds for other aspects of our community, to make bar shows happen, to entertain folks, to, just push the boundary a little bit, little tongue-in-cheek moments, but we were kept in the dark. RuPaul came out big time in the 90s and showed everybody that it was okay to be a drag performer. She brought it out in MTV music videos. She brought it to the main stages in New York. There's a huge, huge festival in New York called Wigstock, and it was finally brought back last year, and it is a drag queen festival to show people that it's okay, that we are a performance base, that we are actual artists. This is a lot all going on this stage right now, in so many different levels. I love this little circle. because I'd be over there by now. I have ADHD. You'll notice this as I go along as well. I also have Tourette's syndrome, so you may see a little twitch every once in a while. Just putting that out there, ADHD, click it back in place. Okay. I want to just go over what makes a drag queen. What we do to look like this. Because there's a lot going on underneath this very tight small dress. In order to become a full-fledged actual persona that I have going on right now, first it takes about an hour and a half of makeup. I have at least 6 layers going on my face, between contour, base, powders, eyeshadows, gluing down my eyebrows, changing my actual physical shape of my face to become more feminine. Then comes the hateful part, mascara. It was a torture device created by a sadistic son of a bitch. And when you have Tourette's syndrome and that little thing is near your eye, you poke yourself. I hate it, but I put it on. I have 3 sets of eyelashes on right now. They're heavy. They're hateful. One's actually paper. Shitty in a rainstorm. Underneath, after it all said and done, I shave from here up, because I'm a gorilla. And in order to be a feminine lady, one must not look like a gorilla. So all the way from here up is shaved clean. I then have to do a wonderful thing called tucking. This is where I take my male genitalia and I push it back into the cavity of my body in which it came from when I was a child. And then I tape it shut. Yeah, always right. Now, one good thing, I'm a grower, not a shower. You can work that in your brain. So I don't have to tape as much as other people do. Thank you. That's all pushed, prodded, and brought up. It actually adds 2 more inches to my legs. Yeah! Because it turns into the quote-unquote Barbie doll crotch. I then have to put on butt pads and hip pads. That is what is going on right here. This is memory foam and a couch cushion. You can climb it later if you'd like. It's terrifying. I also have on 3 pairs of dance skins. This is what actual dancers wear on stage. I have to wear 3 pairs because I have to hide the fact that I'm wearing padding, and I have to hide the fact that I have hairy legs, because you have to be feminine. Now, then comes my favorite and hated part of all. You like this? This lovely shape right here, or as I like to call it, the marshmallow with an elastic band around it. This is a corset. It is designed from an 18th century design. It has 18 metal bones in it. This is actually holding me in. I am a size 40 pant, and this brings my waist down to almost a 34. Yeah, wow. And I am a true Canadian. My corset is tied with hockey laces. It is painful. Over the 16 years, I've actually had my ribs deformed inward. So when I'm out of drag, this shape still stays pretty true. Then I have my bra, and I have my fake breasts on top of my real breasts. I have gynecomastia. It is a hormone imbalance. So on top of it all, I have a D cup to myself, and to which I add this puppy. This is a Nerf Ball. It's cut in half, and it's actually used by quite a few of us to make sure you look more feminine. The other great thing is, if I fall, I bounce back up. I look like one of those wacko socko clowns from back in the day. You punched it and it just came right back up at you. I do that on many different levels as well. Because one thing you can promise yourself is, if you punch a queen, she's coming back at you. Then I put on a body shaper to hold everything in place. It takes a lot to look this cheap. Then comes costuming. So this is what you see on top of it all, is the actual clothes. I wear my heels, I wear a dress. I rhinestone the crap out of everything. This is from Wish. Do we know what the Wish app is? Yeah. Best known store online ever. This was $10 with about $30 worth of rhinestones on it. I love it. Drag on a dime. But that's the thing. We do create these things. This hair was not created by me because I'm not that good. But my drag mother is also known as my mentor, is the one who created this wonderful piece on my head. It's sculpted, it's teased. It's not even teased, it's pissed off. It won't move. It's never gonna move. It's in that place. I'm quite impressed at the skyscraper attitude it has going on today, so I'm pleased. So it takes a lot just to get all of this on. So from shower to shoes, I usually take about 2 to 2.5 hours. The jewelry on top of it, this is expensive. This is actually made by a wonderful gentleman here in Canada. His company is Amped Accessories, and he creates a lot of the jewelry that we wear. Because we need to wear big jewelry so that we look dainty. Now, I say all of this about feminization. I say all of this about this fact is because this is my variation of drag. This is my world. This is my person. There are so many different varieties of drag. There is pageantry drag. This is sort of what I do. I'm more glamour and camp drag. I like to be fun. I like to make jokes. I like to change things up. I like to make my audience laugh. Because in this crazy ass world that we have going on right now, laughter sometimes is one of the biggest things that you can give somebody. Drag is not easy. I've been called things, terrible things. Within my own community, within the walls of Halifax, right across the world. We've gone as far as Yellowknife here in Canada, and I went several times. And to still walk down the street, and I'm gonna say words that aren't very nice, but to walk down the street and be called the F word. To walk down the street and be called disgusting and an abomination. I'm from Cape Breton originally. I'm from Glace Bay. Anybody know where that exactly is? Do we got any capers in the audience? Where are you from? Sydney? Well, as long as it's not New Waterford, that's the main thing. Glace Bay? Yeah! What's your father's name? John McDonald. Yeah, okay. That's like saying Smith. John McDonald. Oh, yes, John. All 18 of them on the one street. That's good. I actually come from a Polish background in Cape Breton. It's Bresky. So, good old-fashioned Cape Breton name right there. But it's the same scenario. Even when I moved back down to Cape Breton, yes, I moved back. I went back to go to school, and I moved in with my grandmother at the time. And I'm not talking that long ago. This was 2002. And I was there with her, and we were sitting down to dinner one day, and she looked at me and said, "You know what, before you start school, I just have to say, I'm so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished and everything that you've done so far in your life, but let's not spread the gay thing around." My own family. Uh-oh. Oh, am I at 14 minutes already? I am. No, don't restart, just turn off. Anyway. All of this has come to a huge turnaround. My grandmother comes to shows now. She understands because she has educated herself. She has learned and she understands. At 85, this has happened. So now at the very end of my moment here, thank you all for listening. And remember, educate, learn, understand. Drag is fantastic. Drag is amazing. Drag is so much fun. but we worked really hard to get here. Thank you.